What was weird to do in 1999 but is totally normal in 2019? Stalkers had to go outside to stalk people. How uncivilized. General Kenobi. Hello there. When I was a kid, butt liquor was a top shelf, use only in case of emergency insult. Now, it's a selectable option on most dating websites. Butt liquor, our prices have never been lower. Louder, son. You never yell at a client. I would describe you as is aggressive, hostile and definitely difficult. I'm irate right now. Hook up with someone you meet in an app. Clearly you've never heard of IRC. Oh man, IRC. I met 2 of my exes there. Now that I think about it, I've hooked up with 2 women through IRC. I've never thought about it that way until now. Shopping from home. Talking to electronics and having them answering you. Being an influencer. Ordering a single cheeseburger for delivery. Getting into a stranger's car when it doesn't have a taxi light. Meeting an anti-vaxxer IRL. Watching videos on the internet without ads. I could go on. Shopping from home. I see someone never experienced the late night QVC knife, sword guys. Talking on a cell phone in public. It was considered annoying and kind of a flex. I remember being at a grocery store and some girl just gabbing away on her cell phone about nothing in particular, just chit-chat stuff, and my friend and I just thought it was the most annoyingly insufferable thing we had ever seen, like you can't wait until you get home to make a call. You are that important. Oh my lord. That sounds insanely expensive, who is she showing off for? Chatting about nothing SMH. Side note, remember when internet on cell phones was new and you would accidentally hit the button and panic trying to turn it off before it turned on and charged you? Alternatively, I do miss being able to snap my phone shut if I changed my mind about a text and cancel it before it went out. Photograph your dinner then publicly display it for all to see. Not true, we had most of our meals printed and framed on a weekly basis. Some were done in oils if we had a journeyman artist staying with us. We rotated them out on a monthly basis and used them to decorate the great hall where we dined. Calm your tits there, Count Dracula. Use a mobile phone in a concert instead of a lighter. I absolutely hate that. Sure, you don't burn the hell out of your finger, but it just isn't beautiful. It looks tacky, so what's the point of doing it at all? Some year ago I was on a goodbye concert with one of Sweden's biggest bands. They had an app dedicated to the tour and in the information they asked everyone to open the app on a specific song. The app then used the flashes to make everyone's phones light up in cadence with the music. That was a pretty cool experience. Arriving to the airport 3 hours before. My dad used to fly for his work a lot. Having only hand luggage, generally. He'd basically walk in like he was trying to catch a bus. My dad always had us arrive super early when we traveled as a family, but would just stroll in at the last second when he traveled alone for work. Looking back, it's obvious that the extra time was for potential kid-related complications. Selfies. Imagine having a photo album developed in 1999 and the whole album was just of you taking pictures of yourself. They'd think you had no friends and were a little strange. Perfectly normal now. A couple months ago I was in a touristy place and saw 3 people trying to take an awkward selfie of themselves and the background. I offered to take the picture for them. I was turned down. Well, to be fair, you're handing a Matilda $800 phone that also has access to all your data. That, and most the time the person doesn't snap a good picture anyway. At least with a selfie you can see what it'll look like. ETA, I meant if the person took off with your phone they have your info. All great tips though. Spend the majority of the day staring at your phone. I mean, Snake was pretty kick-ass. Anybody have those Nokia brick phone models that had the IR or whatever tech it used to connect 2 phones and play multiplayer Snake? You had to hold the tops of the phones exactly right together or else the connection broke, but shit, that was awesome. Damn, I didn't even think about that. I definitely killed my dad's battery every night trying to beat my old top score though. I don't believe that Nokia batteries never died. The answers on here are hilarious. 1999 wasn't the Dark Ages. People. Have sex with people born in 1995. Being alone in your house and saying something out loud and having a voice respond to you. Have kids and be the one expected to keep them entertained. I remember this comment from the last time this was asked, or something similar, and it again reminds me of the first time I did an internet meetup. Of course we called them BBS meets. The first one I went to I didn't have a ride. So the girl I knew from the BBS, who I had not met, had someone already there come over and pick me up. Someone I didn't know at all. This was 1995. No problem. Came here to say this. 1994 met up with a couple fellow BBSers who actually lived in an apartment complex like 2 miles up the road from my house. So 9-year-old me did what was reasonable, told my mom I was gone for the day, and hopped on my bike and rode over to the place lol. Turned out to be a dude and his wife, real cool cats. They had a kid my age and we got along alright, but I really got on better with the parents since they were the actual computer nerds lol. We discussed the games on the BBS and he hooked me up with a shit ton of gold and a couple glitch items that basically made me invincible. Good times. Wound up hanging at the place a lot.